What's up, Bay Area? We are here in San Francisco at 631 O'Farrell, which is the Hamilton, a historic building and centerpiece of downtown San Francisco, which is special to me because this is one of the first buildings that I did a loan on 17 years ago when I first moved to this market. We're gonna get a tour of this place by the mayor and good friend of mine, Tom Cacchiotti. Let's go check it out inside. So Tom, thanks for having me today, my friend.
It's a
I
pleasure
appreciate
to
it. It's
have
really
you.
good to see you, as always. But I was telling you a little earlier that this is special because 17 years ago when I started doing work in San Francisco, this was one of the first buildings I did a loan in, which
And
is
I
crazy.
had no idea of that until you just told me. So
Right.
I'm thrilled to hear that. It has an emotional connection to you too.
Absolutely. But the crazy thing is I've never actually been in here all these years.
Oh, well then this is going to be fun to
Yeah.
show you around.
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, Tom. So is this a studio?
This is
here
a
in the
studio,
building?
an alcove studio.
Gotcha. And typically, I mean, it sounds like, if yourself included, a lot of people that have bought here have stayed here. So this has been like a long-term residence for people. This hasn't been like a pit stop like so many other San Francisco types of properties.
I thought this was going to be my starter home, and I loved it so much. There was nothing else I wanted to go to.
left.
It's my life. It's the closest thing to living in New York that you're going to get to living in San Francisco.
Which is where you're from.
Which is where I'm from.
If you haven't picked up on that from his accent. You see that it's been a first-time buyer or a couple? Has it been all over the place? Like an
Well, that's a
upgrade,
really good
downgrade?
question. We do have our share of first-time buyers, but also surprisingly a lot of empty nesters.
And from a financing standpoint, price points for this are very ideal for a first-time buyer because you deal with a lot of first-time buyers,
Absolutely,
right? So the
yes.
financing is still very easy and accessible in a building like the Hamilton. Low down payment options. Of course, the market's been great in terms of interest rates being at historic lows. So financing and affordability in a building like this is there.
You lenders are all seem to love it and help our clients get in.
Yeah, which has been the case even
Yeah.
17 years later from when I did my first loan here. And this building has always provided that gateway or that entry point for people to get into real estate. I'm always grateful to agents like you that are still doing that for people.
Everyone's got to win. The seller's got to win. The buyer's got to win. The agents have got to win.
That's been the case.
That's been the case.
Now this place has a great rooftop. I hear
Yes,
as
why don't
well.
we go take a look at it?
Let's check it out. So this is definitely a big selling feature here.
Very much.
Having access to this is
Yes,
a big bonus.
I saved this to last.
So Tom, in the 20 years you've been here and looking back and all the units you've sold, if you had to sum it up in terms of what this experience has been here and why you love it so much, what would you say?
When someone walks in and said, "This is my home," I know that we found another member of the community, and I just love it. I can't tell you.
Well, this building is a historic pillar of the city, but also San Francisco real estate because it's been such a entry point for so many people and then also a long-term stay for so many people. So it's kind of covered both, where it's never been just one type of a homeowner. So for everyone that, is always in the same corner as the consumer and the buyer and everyone that's trying to break in and make it happen, like everyone, those people all salute you for helping people get in and making it happen and just being such an advocate for what it is you do. Not to
Well,
mention
you're the one that
passion,
does the hard work.
Yeah.
You're the one that gets the money.
Thank you for acknowledging that, Tom. Appreciate it, man. And thanks for having us up here today.